What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today, man, I got a very special build in store for y'all. Gonna be bringing you the best lockdown defender 3 and D threat build in NBA 2K24 on next gen. Now today with this build, you're definitely in store for one of the best all-around lockdown defenders. Now when it comes to our animations, we're going to be able to get most of the upgraded dunk packages and also the best defensive animations. Now getting into the actual badges, we'll be able to get 17 bronze, 13 silver, 4 gold with 10 Hall of Fame. Now the ones that are going to be purple are going to be off-ball pass, workhorse, right stick ripper, pick dodger, 94 feet, ankle braces, clamps, challenger, interceptor, and glove. Now as far as for this build all around, I think this is definitely going to be my lockdown defender throughout the year. Off rip, we'll be able to get a 99 when it comes to our steal and perimeter defense. Now with boosts taken into consideration with our takeovers, you'll also be able to get a 99 plus for our 3-point shot and stamina. Now out of all NBA players, this one's going to be reminding me of ARTEST Made a World Peace. So look, before we get any further into this video, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with the response. So the first thing that we need to do to get started with today's build is put it under the small forward position, leave the height at 6'7", moving on to the weight, put this up to 233 with a wingspan of 7'4". Now getting into this build, the first area that I do want to go after is going to be the physicals. So once we get into the speed, make sure you put this all the way up to an 85. Now once we get to the acceleration, I'm going to go with the 77. Moving on to the strength, I'm going to go with a 90. And then for the vertical, leave this at a 58 with a 99 stamina. Now this attribute is really going to be key in order to be one of the best lockdown defenders. Not only are you going to want to have the most out of your stamina, but if you take into consideration the Gatorade facility workouts, you get a +4 towards our physicals, and also if you buy the actual Gatorade boost, that's going to make a huge difference. Now getting into the finishing end, put that close shot up to a 34. Moving on to the driving layup, I'm going to go with a 51. And then as for the driving dunk, make sure you go with a 71 to unlock more of the upgraded packages. Now as far as for when it comes to our standing dunk, I'm going to go with a 65, and this is exactly what we're going to be looking like out of this area. Now I will definitely go back to get into the badges once we complete this build to maxed out 99 overall. As for when it comes to our shooting, go ahead and put that mid-range shot up to a 64. Now this will change a few other areas of the build. Make sure you keep it as is that I'm showing y'all on the screen. Now for the 3-pointer, I'm going to go with a 79 with a 71 for our free throw. Now this build, I'm telling y'all, you're going to be able to do a little bit of everything. Definitely shoot from outside with our takeovers being a factor. Then on top of that, we'll be able to finish, especially with these badges that we did unlock. You're in store to not only be one of the best lockdown builds, but this is a really great all-around build for anybody barely starting the game. Now for the pass accuracy, this is most important. Go ahead and put this to a 70, and then the ball handle as well as speed with ball can maintain as is. Now to wrap everything up on the defensive end, this is where things start to get fun. So as far as for the perimeter, put this all the way up to a 99. Same exact thing for our steal. Then from here, we're going to go with a 60 offensive rebound as well as the defensive. Now these two numbers are crucial in order to be more balanced, especially for that 1v1 setting. To start at the top, the badges that we do get are Pro Touch, Spot Finder, and Whistle. Other ones that I like are Slithery, Aerial Wizard, Bunny with Pro Touch. Really, I think this build is perfect We get precision dunker, everything that you need to be effective on the inside. I like two-step as well, a spin cycle, and then getting into the shooting. You still get silver blinders, catch and shoot, green machine and space creator, then you get guard up, open looks. For the 3-point shot, I like the fact that we're able to get Agent 3. Deadeye is definitely an important one, but with this build, I'm telling y'all, in any setting, I think that this build is going to be great. Now, once we get into the playmaking, you're still able to get special delivery. Break starter does make a huge difference, and also relay passer. And then to wrap everything up on the defensive side, this is what I like most. So look, we get that Workhorse Hall of Fame badge. As far as for the defensive end, these badges go crazy. We get gold fast feet. The rest of these badges just for the perimeter are going to be on Hall of Fame. Same exact thing for the steal. Now this area, I'm telling y'all, whether you take this build into the rec, 3v3 the ones, this is going to be a super toxic lockdown defender to be going up against. Now if you want to see gameplay with this build, definitely let me know down below in the comments, and I'll be sure to bring it to y'all. Now, even though you do have a 35 ball handle, I've seen builds that have less of a rating that are taller and still able to dribble. Now, it really comes down to your patience with that learning curve of trying to adjust to this new build. But I really want to know your thoughts and opinions down below. Is there anything that you would go ahead and change to make this build a little bit better? Now look, let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that everybody made it correctly. And if you followed every single step of the way, we should be able to get these 3 comparisons, run our test as number 1, and as y'all can see, together, we have created the rare and best lockdown defender 3-and-D threat build in NBA 2K24 on next gen. Now with this build adding boost on our takeover, our gear, that's going to play a huge factor, so you'll be able to get at least a 90 plus when it comes to our speed and strength. Also a 99 plus for our 3-pointer, perimeter defense steal, and of course the stamina. Now the strength is definitely one of the strong suits of this build, so I think that in any setting, you're definitely going to be able to find success with this archetype. Now before we get out of here, I just want to say thank y'all so much for the support. More so than anything, thank God King Jesus for another day and another opportunity. Now look, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with the response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.